And here's another thing. You don't have to go to the parties. If you really want to work on your relationship with alcohol, stop throwing yourselves in situations where you may struggle like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what people don't do. They think they can be doing the same fucking things. Not if you have a problem. You need to step away and it's okay. It's okay to say no. You don't have to go to every fucking event that you're invited to. Learn to say no. It's okay. It's a full fucking sentence. And if people are upset with you, that's their problem, not yours.
That is their
But
problem.
your health, your mental health is worth it.
Welcome to Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt, the world's #1 no bullshit health and fitness podcast.
Are you ready to cut the crap with your diet and exercise, get strong as fuck, and build a healthy relationship with food? Then you've come to the right place.
Let's go. If you'd like to support us in the podcast, join our Patreon where you get exclusive content, which consists of monthly workouts you can do at home or at the gym, monthly challenges that are either strength, habit, or mindset based, and access to over 100 plus low-calorie, high-protein, family-friendly meals. These are all designed by a professional chef who is certified in nutrition. These recipes are already in MyFitnessPal for easy fucking tracking. New recipes are also added each week.
We believe that fitness is for everyone, so this is our way of getting you started on your health and fitness journey at a price most everyone can afford. So what the fuck are you waiting for? We'll see you in the Patreon.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. Hi. How are you?
You're not ready for that type of energy, are you?
No. Happy
Thursday.
Wednesday. Yeah, fuck off. All right, let's talk about that because okay, here's the thing.
But let's give some context for our listeners because they're
Let's
listening
get some
on Friday, and
context.
they're like, what?
Yeah, so today it's Wednesday, right?
When we
And
recorded.
I was making a story in my car and I said, Happy Thursday, whatever.
December 19th.
Yeah, and it's not, it wasn't. And so I started getting a lot of DMs telling me.
I just saw your updated story about that.
It was Wednesday, okay?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. It's unnecessary to tell me that because I already fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really unnecessary to be like, oh my God, it's Wednesday, Beth. It's Wednesday. I had 150 fucking messages, people telling me it's Wednesday.
Myself included.
Yes, even fucking Nerdle. And I immediately my blood started boiling. Why? Because imagine getting 1,000 fucking text messages from different people, all saying the same fucking thing. Okay? So your choice is to either answer every single fucking one of them, telling them I know for the 100th fucking time, or you leave it unread. I don't leave anything unread. Okay? If you're like me, then you know how that feels.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine putting yourself in that fucking situation.
Yeah.
So it's unnecessary to correct someone on social media. Most likely they fucking know. Okay? That's like telling someone, you need to fucking lose weight. Yeah, they already know. You know
I'm smiling, I'm laughing, but I totally hear you. I totally hear you. It's totally overwhelming. I get it.
It's like, what are you trying to prove that I'm wrong? Like, I get it's all and like whatever. It's your immediate instinct to be like, oh my God, Beth, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
But
for me, I thought
500 fucking thousand followers.
Yeah, that's very overwhelming.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not just you telling me it's Wednesday. It's everyone that sees my fucking story.
Yeah, totally.
And then it's like,
I got a good chuckle out of it, if I'm being completely honest, because I was sitting on the toilet doing my social media duties while I was, doing my own duties.
Yeah.
And I just got a chuckle out of it. I was laughing as I sent that to you. And then I saw your updated story. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, I didn't think about that. So
social media 101. Think before you fucking think. The social media 101. Think before you start typing. Okay. Maybe she probably already knows this. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, I should have. Right. I was actually going to text you and laugh about it, but
so anyway, that got me spun. And then I was in the gym and I PR'd mostly everything, so it got me going. So fuck yeah. But I don't know.
Did you use that energy?
I did, and it was just I don't know why it irritated me so much. It was just like, oh my God, I don't want to re-record the story.
Yeah.
And now I have to. Everyone that sees it is going to send me a fucking message
for the next 24 fucking hours.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll have to be like,
if you're already getting bombarded, like
I literally just press it to open it, and I let it go. I'm not even answering it, but that's what I can do.
That's the downfall of doing our own social media too.
Yeah, but no one does it for me, right? It's right. Me answering this shit. So. Yes. Like I said, imagine if you're the person that can't have an unread message. Imagine fucking thousands of them.
Yeah, to me, my brain doesn't work that way because my phone already has a million unread messages and text messages and
No,
stuff.
I'm
So,
very
but I know
fucking on.
people are very like that's like almost an ADHD trait, it's
Yeah.
for sure. So,
It literally sends me over the edge and it makes
mhm.
me like really fucking anxious.
Yeah,
So that's why I get so
sure.
frustrated.
I hear
And
you.
it's not out of like hate. It's out of like, oh, now I have to deal with this.
Oh yeah, totally. I get it.
So that was my morning.
That was your morning, but you PR'd. What did you PR on?
Okay, what did I PR on? I actually PR'd on, let me look back here. Anterior delt press. So we're doing clusters, right? So we're doing sets
Ooh,
of
like triple sets, like a big
um
superset of
no,
3 or
like 2 sets of doing 6. You 6 sets or 6 reps, and then you rest for 15 seconds, do 6 sets, 6
yeah,
reps
a cluster
again,
set. Okay.
rest, and then 6. As much as you can do for 12 reps, you pick that weight. So I did 35 basically presses and I finished all of them. And I wasn't able to last time, the past few times, actually, I was only able to get to 4
Hell yeah.
on the last cluster and I got to 6.
On the last cluster of 6. Okay.
Yep. And
Dope.
then on my clavicular press, which is a little bit, it's more of like a pec press instead of your delts. I went up to 35s time 10. I was at 30 the past couple weeks.
Hells yeah.
And then I went to for my pulley, my cable lat raises, my single arm cable lat raises. I was doing only like 7 pounds, I think. And I went up
Only,
to,
dude, those
dude,
are
those are
brutal.
fucking, I've been at 7 pounds
Yeah.
for a fucking year with those things. And I was like, okay,
That's what
let's
people
go.
I don't think understand about lat raises and those smaller muscle
Woo!
groups is it takes a really long time to progress like the weight
Yeah.
on those. So you really have to find other ways to manipulate the lift then too.
Yeah. So I did 9 pounds by 6 by 6 by 6, and I kept
yeah.
that the whole time, and it was fucking brutal.
That's
Like
a big
my
jump up.
arms are jello right now. Now
My
I'm like, all
shoulders
right.
are scorched today. I had a hell of a chest
Woo.
and shoulder session yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I did a really intense. I went heavy on shoulders yesterday, and I did something I've been implementing recently is I'm using a bench, an inclined bench, almost all the way perpendicular or vertical, and slight incline, and I'm doing a superset of front raises, front delt raises with lateral raises.
Oh yeah.
With a like a 10-pound dumbbell, and
For
I did
chest supported then, right?
chest supported. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. For sure.
Nice.
And so
Yeah,
I'm
those are
feeling that
hard.
today. It's very hard. I did 3 sets of 15 for those at the end of my workout as a burnout set. So yeah. And I did the opposite of setting a PR yesterday in my workout. I actually failed my top set of dumbbell bench press yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I was recording it too because I wanted to record what it wasn't going to be a PR for me, but I haven't lifted that amount of weight in a while.
Right,
So that's something I'm working on right now. Is kind of getting reacclimated to heavier lifting and seeing what my strength levels are live. So what I did yesterday is I worked all the way up to 95 pounds for a dumbbell bench press.
Wow.
I did some warm-up sets, and then once I got to like 60 pounds, I started just kind of reducing the reps, right? I did a set of 60 pounds for like 6, and then I jumped up to 70. I did 5, jumped up to 80, did 3, and then I jumped up to 85 just because I thought that might be where my max was that day. And I did a set of 1, and it felt really fine. It felt great. I crushed it. I was like, okay, cool, 85. So then I had it in my head. I was like, I want to try to go for 100 today. That's what I was thinking in my head, right?
Right.
But I didn't want to go from 90 to 95 to 100 because I didn't want to exert that much energy and get too tired. So I went straight from 85 to 95, and I failed on that twice. To get it up off of my chest even. So hey, I know where I'm at. I failed.
Yeah.
And that's like just a learning opportunity, right?
Absolutely.
It's not a setback. It's not a like, oh my God,
No.
I couldn't lift that weight. I'm fucking weak. I'm not as strong as I used to be. Like, no, this is just where I'm at right now. Give me a couple weeks and I'm gonna be pressing that.
And hey, that happens anyway. Like you could be PRing, like I could PR right now and next week go right back to where I was.
Totally.
That's happened before too. It's like, holy shit, I was able to do that last week, and this week I could fucking barely do 6. Like, what's
so
wrong?
many things impact that, right? I call those when on the days that I'm lifting heavier than I normally do, I just call it a heavy gravity day. Like, oh, it must be a heavy gravity day, but
right, yeah.
But because so many things can impact like how heavy we can lift on a day, right?
How much fuel you'll have. I mean, like glycogen storage, sleep, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, stress.
Yeah, it's just like strength gain and muscle gain is not linear like fat loss.
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
It's up and down, up and down, up and down. But
And
you
just like with fat loss, the longer, like the further you have to go and the longer the the more you have to lose, I guess I should say, then the slower it's going to be the longer you are in a fat loss phase, typically, right? The
Mhm.
closer you get to your goal, the harder it's going to be to kind
Yeah.
of progress, is what I'm
Yep.
saying. And that's the same way with strength training,
Yep.
is you're not going to just continuously progress for years. Maybe that first year or so, you can get those newbie gains and just
Mhm.
keep crushing it every week. But at
Right.
some point, it could take months to improve by just a couple pounds on a lift.
Yeah,
hmm
absolutely.
And that can be very
I
disheartening for people, especially
I know.
when we're living in immediate results and instant gratification, right?
So much, so
Mhm.
much. Can I talk about, I talked about this in my story too, but this is a huge non-scale victory for me.
Okay.
And that is, so my goal right now has been just muscle gain currently at controlled maintenance. I'm not in a surplus because me and a few of the coaches on our team were doing a photo shoot at the end of the summer at our team retreat, like a bikini photo shoot. Coach Kelly is coaching all of us. So she's doing all of our programming, all of our nutrition, everything.
Yep.
And so yesterday, I tried on these pants that fit beautifully in September. They were actually a little bit loose in September. Tried them on yesterday and I couldn't even fucking zip them. And when I did actually zip them, I had the fucking muffin. It was like squeezing me, right? But I didn't freak out. And that's a new thing. Also, I haven't tried on clothes and them not fit in a very long time.
Okay. Okay.
So there's that too. And if this was me like a year or two ago, I would have fucking spiraled immediately. I would have been like, oh my God, I need to go in a fucking deficit. My pants don't fit. What
Mhm.
the fuck is going on? This time was different because it wasn't because I'm being a fucking asshole with my nutrition and I'm gaining a bunch of fat. I didn't feel like when I put the pants on, like I was like, ooh, I'm uncomfortable. It was like, no, my ass is growing and my quads are getting bigger. This is why my fucking pants aren't fitting. And it's kind of a revelation in a sense that it's like, okay, I just grabbed a different pair of pants that actually fit and moved on with my day. Because
I
I'm like,
love that what you just said, that you grabbed a pair of pants that actually fits,
yeah,
right? Because that's what so many people kind of get wrong, is they're trying to lose weight to fit into that favorite pair of pants, or they're trying to lose weight to fit into the dress, whatever, for an event. It's like, no, buy clothes that fucking fit you, and then
right.
you'll feel confident and feel good.
Right. Yeah. I mean, my measurements, and according to my measurements, my glutes are growing and my quads are growing. My waist is actually staying the same. So I know from the data, logically, like
Menopausal muscle mama.
menopausal muscle mommy is fucking growing some muscle. And this is what's happening.
And you're very intentional with this. You're doing this very
Oh, yeah.
intentionally.
Very so
Um,
intentional. It's like,
and it's like you knew these things would happen. So yeah, you can't
mhm,
just let the emotions, when these things are happening that you knew were going to happen, that you planned for, you can't let
right.
emotions take over.
Yeah. Even Coach
Good
Kelly was like,
job.
yeah, stay the course. She goes, your body has to be ready for a deficit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be dieting all the time. You got to stay in this maintenance and eat
Yeah,
food and train hard. So when you actually go into the deficit, your body's actually ready for that.
100%. You want to ramp your metabolism up, and you
Yeah.
want to have a good bank of muscle to fall back on
Mhm.
to get you through your workouts and make progress. For sure. I made a post similar to that yesterday about delaying fat loss, about how, people, sometimes when they start trying to lose fat, they start overeating, they start binging. Whereas if they weren't trying to lose weight, they don't have that problem, right? So in that situation, it's like one of those where you have to delay fat loss as well, and to take the time to have that healthier relationship with whatever it is going on. Because if you're starting to lose fat and you're starting to overeat as a result of that, you need to fix that. So same idea there.
Yeah.
Love that. Cool. So
Mhm.
good job. That's a huge victory. That's a huge non-scale victory.
Huge.
Huge.
Huge. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So that was my
Cool.
revelation yesterday that I experienced with myself. I was like,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Yeah. I had a kind of also, so while I failed in my workout yesterday, I also did kind of have a really cool victory yesterday with my
Mm-hmm.
workouts. So something I've been talking about how I'm working on, like, refining my fitness goal, what I want to do next year. And I keep thinking like getting really fucking strong and really fast and running really far, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday when I went to the gym, I ran to the gym for my warm up. So I didn't drive.
Mm-hmm.
The sun was out. The sun was nice, which is almost a mile, like 0.8 miles. I worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ran back home, and then I ran 2 miles when I got back home with Dutch. So all in all, I did like 3.5 miles of running with a strength training workout smashed in the middle of that. And that was really like, it took me, about 2 hours. Now I know not everybody can do that. I certainly don't have 2 hours to dedicate like that all the time, but I did yesterday.
Right.
And it was nice because that kind of got me really excited for my goals for next year, what I'm working on. So that's kind of my victory that I was able to run while still also lifting pretty heavy for what compared to what I've been doing lately.
Right.
I keep thinking like it would be really cool to be able to deadlift 405 pounds and then go run like a half marathon or something right after. Like to me, that just seems really fucking cool. It sounds like a fun goal to pursue. It's something that's not like body weight related. And
what's cool is just being able to do what you want to do without thinking like this is unattainable.
Yes.
It's like people have these goals and just know that if you keep working towards them, you can achieve them. Right. And instead of getting frustrated, you just keep focusing on achieving them. It's just, you just keep, you don't look at yourself as like, oh, I haven't gotten there yet, but you will.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You will. I'm not like we look at our goals like, oh my God, I'm not there. I'm not going to get there. How am I going to get there? You're focusing on the end result too much and instead of focusing on the process and what it takes to get there.
Exactly.
And I like what you said in there about attainable too. Like that's what I'm doing right now is I'm making sure that my goals are attainable for the year. I have, I get very excited about this type of stuff, especially when running's involved lately. So I don't want to, I tend to almost overcommit myself, right? So that's a big part of goal setting is making sure that they're realistic, they're attainable, they're time bound and all that.
Yes, exactly.
We should talk a little bit about goals. I think maybe this is a good time to talk about maybe not necessarily goals for next year, but maybe some things that we can start doing now to kind of think about what our goals are going to be, how we can kind of refine those goals perhaps, or even something we can start doing right now rather than waiting until the typical first of the year to start crushing.
You can literally start doing anything now. Like it's your choice not to, really, when it comes down to it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it is.
My goals don't stop because it's the fucking holidays. Like, I'm not going to say, sorry, Kelly, I'm not doing the workouts the next 3 weeks because I'm so fucking busy and it's 'tis the season. No, I have fucking goals. My goals don't take time off.
Exactly. If
you know what I'm saying?
If they actually mean something to you, if you're actually setting goals that mean something to you, for sure. Like you have a strong why behind them. And I think that's too. So you've got an awesome goal next year. And what's really cool about your goal is it's going to involve a fat loss phase at next year, but you don't have a weight loss goal associated with that.
No, I don't want it to be a specific weight. I let go of the weight. I had to let go of the number, and that's still sometimes hard, but I'm doing it.
And I'm looking forward to seeing your end result here, Beth, because we can almost guarantee your end weight when you do this shred next year is probably going to be higher than what it's been in the past when you've done.
Oh yeah.
But I bet you're going to look more, you're going to look leaner. You're going to look more quote unquote toned. You're going to have more muscle definition.
Yeah.
As a result of that. So who the fuck cares how much you weigh at the end of it, right?
I'm legitimately 10 pounds heavier than I was even last year.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's a healthy amount of muscle.
That's fucking mind blowing. And even Kelly's like, do you even like, if you look at past videos of me 2 years ago, you can tell that I've definitely gained a lot more muscle. I mean,
have you done a comparison lately?
Like I think
like on your posts and stuff.
Yeah, I did one like a couple weeks ago.
Dope.
Actually, yeah. Yep.
Cool. Yeah, but I agree with the holidays. It's not something that
honestly, the holidays are almost over, you guys. Like today is December fucking 17th. Friday, when you listen to this, it'll be December 20th, 5 days before Christmas, my fucking birthday, 52 and 2 days. And then Christmas will be here, and then a week later, fucking New Year's.
Yeah, so, I can't believe it.
I mean,
so we've essentially made it through the holiday season. We're in one last push here.
You guys are almost there.
2 weeks.
You're almost there. Don't give up now. Okay. Don't eat that fucking plate of 24 cookies because you're like, oh my God, it's the holidays. You don't need to do that. I don't understand.
Signing your own bullshit.
Like, why do people do that to themselves? It's like, oh, I'm just going to take the next 4 days and eat whatever I want.
I want to be bad, Beth. I want to be naughty.
I deserve it. Okay, but you also deserve to be.
You also deserve to feel good and eat food.
Take care of yourself. Like, don't you deserve to feel good and take care of yourself? Like, I don't know about you, but eating a fucking plate of 24 cookies would make me feel like absolute shit.
I have never felt good after overeating on sweets.
No.
Never.
No.
Never. And you know
It's like
what?
you're trying to destroy yourself. It's interesting, right? It's like, let's just
Well,
blatantly fucking make
food in that
ourselves feel like
situation, a
shit.
plate of cookies in that situation, it's filling a void. Let's be completely honest here.
Right.
When we choose to overeat like that, that is filling a void. Something is missing in our life.
Yeah.
We're filling a void of maybe we're craving companionship. We're lonely. It's stressful this time of year. We're missing family members, loved ones, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
There's a void, and you just chose to fill that void with a plate of cookies.
Yes.
That's why we overeat. That's why we emotionally eat. That's why we, quote unquote, can't control ourselves around food, because food is just filling.
And then you're going to say, it's the cookies' fault that I gained all this weight.
It's my husband's fault for bringing home cookies.
I'm addicted to sugar. I can't stop eating just one. And then you go and you restrict them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cycle continues.
Right. So think about these things that we're saying right now, y'all. Like, it's heading into the new year. Are you tempted to do a detox going into the new year? Are you tempted to give up sugar going into the new year? Why?
Yeah. Why? Example, like yesterday, I made a story about it, and then I ended up making an actual video about it because I was so fucking busy. My son had me running around for his Secret Santa shit. Okay. And so I had to get like Laffy Taffy for one of his things that he was making for the Santa bag. You know? And so I got this $7 bag of Laffy Taffy because that's all they had. And of course I opened it in the fucking car and I started eating them. But I had 4, which was a serving. And I was like, okay, I'm done. That's all I needed. Right. I didn't need to fucking keep going. And, until I felt sick. But here's the thing with that. It's like, I allowed myself that. And I was like, okay. And then I put it away. It's like, just move the fuck on. I had a Diet Coke and I was like, okay, this will hold me off till dinner.
Diet Coke. Oh
but it's also not something I do all the time.
Right.
But it's also, I didn't binge on it. It was controlled. And so it's like, you allow yourself this shit.
It's that relationship
within moderation. And it's like, then you're not going to overdo it. It's because I allow myself the candy.
Yeah.
I don't say, no, I can't. No, I'm so bad.
So that happened to you yesterday. I had a similar situation yesterday, Beth, but not quite. It kind of went a different direction.
Okay.
So I went to the grocery store yesterday. I didn't have many nutritious foods around the house. So I wanted to get some fruit, veg, and some protein and stuff. So I went to the grocery store after my workout, picked up some fruit. I got some blackberries, strawberries, and I got some mushrooms and bananas and some spinach. Staples for me. Those are like my go-to fruits and vegetables right there.
Yeah.
And then I also got some snacks, some nutritious snacks, and one of those take-home dinners. And that was really good. I got meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Which was 25 grams of protein per serving for that meatloaf. 400, almost 500 calories.
Wow.
It was pretty decent actually.
Yeah.
But beside the point, while I was walking around the store getting the stuff that I wanted, I needed coffee, got coffee. I was like, you know what I really want right now? For later, I'm going to get some cherry cordial ice cream. I have been on a huge kick lately with cherry cordial ice cream with like fudge in it. Oh my God. Talk to Sarah sometime. It's been really good. I've been eating it a lot lately. So yeah. But I stopped myself. I'm like, I did not come here for ice cream. I came here to get fruits and vegetables and nutritious foods to help me feel good and stay on track this week. So I'm thinking to myself, why do I want that ice cream? Literally. Right. So I had this conversation with myself. I stopped in the middle of the grocery store. Yeah. And I ultimately decided that I didn't want or need the ice cream. I've been eating it a lot lately. So I gave myself that permission. If I chose to get that ice cream, I would have done it. But I decided that it wasn't what I needed and wanted really in that moment. It was kind of like a craving. Oh, that sounds good, right? Right. Yeah, sure, it sounded good, but that wouldn't actually be honoring my body and honoring what I actually
but do you actually need it?
Right. I definitely didn't need it last night. But and I'm definitely by no means am I comparing ice cream to an apple, but I had a Honeycrisp apple last night at 11 o'clock at night. Typically, that's when I'm diving into the ice cream, right? Yeah. And it was so good. So I ate it mindfully. I sat there and I ate it mindfully. To me, it was actually, I was picking up flavors of a sour apple candy with like the chocolate covering it or the caramel. Yeah. And that's what it was reminiscent of. I was like, wow, this is actually really fucking good. It was sweet. And so in that situation, I honored my body by I ate some fruit instead of the ice cream. And that was what I needed and wanted. And it was fucking awesome. And it felt so good. Yeah. And so that's one of those situations, like you go through that thought process and stop and ask yourself what you actually need and pause. And
Yeah.
give
There's so
yourself
much
that
pausing,
permission.
right?
If you decide that you still want that ice cream, that's the best thing for you. Go forward with it. Do it without guilt and without shame. Just
People
that's
don't
not what
pause enough. They just
that's
go,
for me.
they don't pause. They don't think about how they want to feel tomorrow, or they
Mhm.
just think about how they want to feel in the moment.
In that
But
moment.
you have to consistently pause. Even I paused yesterday with a fucking Laffy Taffy because,
Right.
I'm just like, okay, you have to talk to yourself, like have
Yeah.
the conversation. Okay, Beth, 4's great. You tried all the flavors. You're going to
Yeah.
be eating dinner in a little bit.
Because if
You
you don't
just,
talk to yourself, then you're just being mindless with
then
it.
you're, yeah,
You gotta
exactly.
check in with
Mindless,
yourself.
mindless eating.
Uh-huh.
That's what gets you in trouble.
Right. Talk to yourself when you're eating. Maybe don't
Yeah.
do it out loud. You might seem weird, but hey, if that's your thing too, go for it, Literally, do I fucking need this right now? Like, what do I
Right.
need right now? And maybe not, do I
Yeah.
fucking need this? Maybe if that's what works for you, but you want to talk to yourself and ask yourself these questions from a place of no judgment-free zone when we're asking ourselves these questions
Yeah, exactly.
and answering too. Like,
Mhm.
we're not asking, do I need this ice cream? No, you don't need it because you're a fat fuck. That is judgment. That is shame. That is not how you answer that question. Okay?
Exactly.
Wow, I'm liking where this episode's going, actually.
Yeah, it always goes where you never know it goes,
For
right?
sure, for sure.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
a question on Facebook this morning after the post that I made yesterday about maybe fat loss isn't what you need right now. And somebody was like, okay, well, where do we start? Like, where do we start with? And it's like kind of the things that we just talked about, by slowing the fuck down, by
Mhm.
stopping, by pausing. That's the
Yeah.
power of the pause. It is so fucking powerful and important.
Right.
And it's
Totally.
so simple that anybody
Yeah.
can do it. And that's why
Yeah.
like everybody should be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been getting a lot of where do I start? And I think that stems from always being on a program, always being on something where you follow rules. Right. And
Literally,
so,
where you start is you need to like, this is an intuitive eating principle, but you have to reject the diet mentality. Like, that's where you
Mhm.
fucking start. You have to break up with the dieting mindset.
It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. So you have
Yeah.
to create a lifestyle that you can stick to, right? So you just think, what am I not doing right now that I could be doing?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What
So
do
on
I
that note,
what do I know? Like, you most likely know that you are eating out 5 days a week. You know that you're fucking binging on food every night.
write
You
it
know
down.
this. You know what you're doing. Okay?
Yeah.
So take a look at that. Take some audit of your fucking life and what you can add to it to make it better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because no diet or program or fast detox is going to fix those things.
No. Stop asking about supplements. That's another one I've been getting asked.
I've been getting that
Again,
one actually a lot more recently too.
what kind of supplements do I need to strength train? You need to fucking get in the gym and you need to work your fucking ass off. And you need to be consistent and you need to keep showing up for yourself. That's what you need to do. That's your
You need to eat some
supplement.
food and sleep.
And and protein. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you need a fucking program to follow. Don't be doing random ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's your supplement.
That
It's
is
like,
a great supplement. That's
know,
all. Like, if only we could find a way to have the perfect supplement for everybody in the world, for most people in the world. I feel like we have it in the form of fruits, vegetables, and lean protein. Like, why can't
Yeah.
we call that a supplement? If we started calling fruits and vegetable supplements, people might actually fucking buy them. But no,
I
here
mean,
we
but
are.
they buy the
90%
powdered
of
ones.
Americans don't get enough fruits and vegetables every day.
I mean,
Supplement that.
fruit's too expensive. Veggies are fucking too expensive. I don't like veggies, but I'm going to buy greens powders for 40 fucking bucks a month.
Make it make sense.
I can't afford coaching. Okay.
I can't afford coaching, but I'm going to do.
That's a big one. And
Yeah.
I think it's important to talk about because I'm not just saying this because I have a coach and I have a coaching business, but that's one of the main things, right? Is I can't afford coaching. Okay. How many diets have you paid for over the years? How many supplements have you bought? How many coffees do you buy a fucking day? How many times a week do you eat out? How many things do you buy on Amazon that you don't fucking need? You could do a fucking audit on yourself and see all
If you
the
wanted
endless
to.
bullshit that you fucking pay for.
Yeah.
I know for me, when I wasn't making that much money at all, and I hired my first coach, and at first I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I figured it the fuck out because that's what I wanted. I stopped buying, so many coffees out. You just make it a fucking priority for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You most likely, like I said, are spending money on fucking Uber Eats and all this shit that you don't need.
I actually had a woman one time go to sign up with me, and I told her the price, and she's like, I pay that a month in Uber Eats. I'm like, exactly. exactly.
I bet you don't want to look at that though, do you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That would be admitting, you know.
Yeah,
some
have some behaviors that need to change, and some unwanted behaviors, right?
Yeah.
We had a woman one time, she ended up being our most successful client, but one of our most successful clients. She just recently graduated, but she worked with us for probably close to 2 years. But when she first, she declined to work with us right away because she didn't have the money. She couldn't afford it. But then after about a week, she reached back out. She's like, Matt, I thought about our conversation, and I found something in my life that I've been doing that I don't need. And for her, she was getting like a weekly pedicure or something. And that's a great form of self-care. Not going to discourage people from doing that. But to her, getting the health coaching and fitness coaching was more important than doing the pedicure. So she was able to find a way to make that work after re-examining things. And then she crushed it with us.
Yeah. And hear me out. Coaching is a form of self-care.
It is. Absolutely.
So you can take one self-care and trade it for the other one.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like eating vegetables, eating fruit, and going for a walk. That's self-care. Like self-care is not just getting a fucking massage or a pedicure.
Self-care, there's so many ways to practice self-care, and self-care is different for everybody. For somebody, maybe meditating is bullshit. I don't think you like meditating, Beth. That's not something you really resonate with.
I'm not a fucking meditator.
That's not a great form of self-care for you. For me, it is.
Meditating for me is blasting music and going on a walk and just zoning out. That's meditation.
Yeah, for sure. A good rage walk.
Yeah. I've been into the fucking 90s stations these days, the Apple, iTunes, 90s PlayStation, or not PlayStation, station. Oh my God.
PlayStation. You can never go wrong with the 90s. That's the jam right there.
You can't. Yeah. I know, right? So, yes.
Okay. So I just had a total brain fart. Being completely honest. What the fuck were we just talking about? Pause this.
It's my birthday on Friday.
It is your birthday on Friday.
When you guys listen to this, I'll be 52 and I'll be in the White Mountains of New Hampshire getting a fucking massage.
You have a trip coming up this weekend.
I have
practicing your own self-care.
Okay, here's the thing.
That's what we were talking about, self-care.
I don't get facials. I don't get massages. I don't even get pedicures. Okay, I haven't had a pedicure in a fucking year. I know, but I choose not to spend my money on that because I'm choosing to spend my money on other things. So there's that self-care for me, right? You choose like, I want to do other things. So the pedicure goes. I don't need, that's extra. That's fucking extra. Just like we were talking about.
Right.
You want things, you have to budget it out for yourself. You can do things. So I scheduled myself a massage, a facial, and a pedicure in the same day.
Nice.
Fuck it.
That's going to be awesome.
So
you deserve it. You need it.
I
won't say you need it, but you deserve it.
I do.
We all need that though.
I do deserve it. Yeah. And I'll be overlooking the fucking Mount Washington. I've never been to the White Mountains of New Hampshire.
I was going to ask you if you were going to do any hiking.
I'm going to be doing it's going to be a different kind of hiking because there's a lot of snow there right now, apparently.
I was going to say the White Mountains this time of year, probably not great for.
I'll be doing snowshoeing.
Oh, that's right. You are doing snowshoeing.
Or I can bring my grippers and put them on my boots, but it just depends. Like, it depends on the trail is like manicured. If it's unmanicured, I need my snowshoes. So I'm going to be bringing a lot of gear with me.
Okay.
So I think my son and Mike it's right on the ski slope is like right there. So I think they might be skiing. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
It's going to be it.
Do you do any skiing or snowboarding or anything?
Fuck, I have, but I'm not good at it. It's not something I love. Like Mike used to ski. He used to teach skiing in high school. He fucking loves it. So he'll go out and do that. But
got it.
Yeah. I'm going to be in Winter Wonderland. We're going to do like sleigh rides. They have sleigh rides there.
Awesome. And the week before Christmas. So that's
right?
Like perfect. That's perfect.
It's going to be magical. Festive as fuck.
Festive as fuck.
Stay tuned for lots of photo bombs, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the content that you come up with. or that you don't come up with.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be making content. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
So you mentioned the old crampons there. Apparently, I forgot, but I've got to take crampons with me to Kilimanjaro. I've got I've been planning my pack, all of my gear that I have to take with me.
That's happening, Matt. When is that happening again?
Oh my God, when this episode comes out, it'll be exactly a month to the day that I leave. I leave January 20th.
have you been rucking? Have you been carrying around like packs of heavy shit, which you need to do, huh?
A little bit. What I've been doing more of is just doing like heavy step ups, loaded step ups
Mhm.
instead,
Oh.
and just lots of incline work with my running and stuff. So that's the biggest part. My personal bag for carrying will be 15 pounds, I believe.
Okay.
15 pounds is the target for us to get our day pack under. So it won't be too bad. 15
I was going
pounds
to say that's not too bad. No, actually, not at all.
because what I'll just have to be packing my water, my personal gear, any change of clothes, my layers, any snacks, and then any type of like equipment that I'll need.
Will they'll be, I think they provide meals for you guys, don't they?
They provide all that for us.
That's awesome.
You cannot hike the mountain without hiring Sherpas.
Right.
So you have to hire a team of people. So like for every one person, for me, for every person hiking in the group, there's like 2 to 3 people to support them. Essentially, it's pretty crazy.
Wow.
So they pack up or they set up our camps for us every night by carrying our gear. So the Sherpas are doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I wish we could do that stuff ourselves, but you're not allowed to.
Oh, wow.
So the Sherpas carry your bigger pack. You have a big like 80-liter pack, and then you have your day pack, which is going to be a smaller one. So
Wow.
they do that. They provide 3 meals a day.
And they carry all that up there too.
Carry all that up there. So they have like base stations, like 4 or 5 camps throughout on the mountain where so they're not carrying like all of our food and everything with us. So at the base camps that we get to every day or every 2 days, we'll have all that stuff, a lot of the gear for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they have to bring that. They bring that stuff to the base camps.
Yeah.
I wonder if they helicopter up.
They do
shit.
it. They do until
I was
they
gonna say,
can't,
can you imagine
essentially.
like continuously having to carry that shit up there, like to base camp?
Yeah. And the nice thing about Mount Kilimanjaro is it's not like it's not like an Everest. It's not Mount Everest. It's essentially it's 90% hiking, and then 10% the worst time of your life is how it's been described in terms of how hard it is. And that makes sense because going into our last night, we are doing about 13,000 foot of elevation change that day between summiting and then going down. We decline about 9,000 feet of elevation after summiting in the same fucking day. So that's the 10% hard, horrible, worst time of your life.
Okay.
We summit. We're gonna be summiting at like midnight too.
Wow.
So we leave the summit at we leave for summit at like midnight, but then it still takes hours just to go like a couple of miles because of how high we are.
Yeah.
Because the incline, it's about 1,000 foot of elevation gain per 1 mile essentially for the summit. That's intense. That is intense. That's where all my step ups and stuff are going to be coming into
Jesus.
play there.
Yeah. I wonder how it compares to Katahdin. Well, obviously a lot different, but I imagine like Katahdin times 10.
So I would imagine the 10% hard worst time of your life is probably going to be identical to some of the really tough climbing that we had to do at Mount Katahdin.
Yeah.
Just longer and more of it, probably.
Like super like this vertical
exactly.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, super vertical.
Where you're like, motherfucker, fuck my life, I'm done. Like you want to just fucking.
It's like when we get ready to start Knife's Edge on Mount Katahdin. What was that dip? You have to essentially scale down and then
you have to go up. Yeah, that's intense.
After the Pomalo Peak, is that
Pomola Peak? Yeah,
Pomola Peak. You hit that one and then you start. You have to go down.
You have to go all the way down into the ravine and then you go all the way back up.
Yeah, that was an intense climb right there.
Yes, it is. And the thing is, like with those climbs, it's slow.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have to be really fucking careful. Slow. Yes.
That's why our summit day is going to take us so long just to go a couple of miles.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
For sure. So I'm looking forward to that.
Man, I can't wait to hear about it.
I know. It's going to be great.
I wonder if you're going to have any service.
I was wondering that. Probably a few spots. I bet you the first probably half of the trip. Because we start literally in the jungle. So we go through like 3 or 4 different.
You're gonna be in fucking Africa, dude.
Yeah, going to be in Africa. Tanzania.
That's so fucking cool. Do you have to get any like shots for that?
There's recommended shots, but I don't have to. Like where we're going, there's no required shots.
Okay.
Like I've got my childhood vaccines and stuff. That's what they require, so I'm good to go.
Got it. Okay.
There's optional stuff, but I'm not gonna. I'm healthy. I don't need it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. They're like three or four different climate zones. We literally start in the jungle. So we have to, in our pack that we're going to have with us for this entire 8-day trip, we're going to have shorts on us. We're going to have layers, long johns, sweaters and stuff. So we start in the jungle, then we go through the desert climate, and then we're going to be going through the Antarctic
Wow.
climate, essentially. So
Uh-huh.
it's pretty fucking cool.
That is cool.
And then after that, when we get down off the mountain, we're going on an African safari to close the trip.
Nice. Okay. Fuck yeah, Matt.
I know, it's gonna be dope.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you. It's like once in a lifetime trip, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's finally starting to hit that we're doing it.
Yeah.
I've been training. This is what I've been training for all year.
You have been.
Yeah.
This has been your goal
Feels
all
good.
year.
Yeah. It's been great.
Fuck
It's been
yeah.
really enjoyable. It's been one of my most enjoyable kind of years of training, honestly, with fitness, training for this hike. Obviously, because I fell in love with running as part of this too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit more about, getting ready for like the New Year's coming up here.
Yeah.
One thing I think everybody can benefit from is, and you'll agree, of course, with this, is examining our relationship with alcohol. This time of year that's probably heavy on a lot of people's minds, and it makes sense that dry January is a thing, right? Because not everybody, but a lot of people overdo it with alcohol this time of year during the holidays, eggnog, that good stuff. So on that note, I wanted to mention really quickly, if you're looking to do dry January, I've talked with a couple of our clients that are going to be doing dry January, but we have a really good option for that actually, which is Cured Nutrition and Serenity Gummies. If you're considering looking at doing dry January, you don't want to drink for the month of January, like Cured Nutrition, the Serenity Gummies might be a good option for everybody, for somebody considering doing that, right?
Yeah.
Because, especially during January, if you're doing dry January, you're going to be more stressed and you're going to be needing some healthier coping mechanisms. So, of course, exercise and eating better and being mindful, that goes a long way. Those things help. But also, like if you just need a little push, the little edge, like Serenity Gummies can help you to kind of stabilize and fill that void that you were maybe filling with alcohol.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So if people are wanting to check that out, of course, we're sponsored by Cured Nutrition. So 20% off of Serenity Gummies or any other products.
Code CTC.
Code CTC. So yeah, you guys, what do you have coming up? You have a January challenge coming up too, I think, right?
Yeah. At the end of January, we did a scholarship I gave away 3 people. I just announced the winners today.
Sweet.
We gave away 6 months of one-on-one coaching to 3 people. Valued at like, fuck man, about almost 15 to 20 grand, not for each person, but 5,000 to 6,000
between
for
3
each person.
people.
Yeah. So we just did that, and then I also gave away 6 months to our membership portal to somebody that was really struggling with strength training.
Nice.
So yeah, and then we'll do a 30-day challenge in January, like kind of towards the end of January.
Cool. Hell yeah. That's awesome about giving away the coaching like that. I mean, that's
I did that for my birthday. I did it last time I did a scholarship was my 50th birthday.
I remember that.
I'm like, we haven't done one in a while, so did one for this birthday. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Cool. And we're doing a challenge as well in January. We've got one coming up the beginning of January. So that's actually a cool opportunity for people to potentially do both. If they're interested in doing needing a kickstart to start the year, setting realistic goals and all that good stuff. Dry January, of course, a common theme there. So
yeah,
we're doing
dry
ours
January.
at the beginning, and you're doing yours at the end of January. So that'd be a cool way for people to really start their year off in fashion with doing a couple of challenges like that. That's fucking cool.
Absolutely.
What are you kind of focusing on over the next couple of weeks to get you through the holidays and to start the new year, Beth?
Well, just do my regular thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my birthday weekend, so I'll be away for 4 days. So there's that. And then Christmas, we just hang at home. I don't party. We don't go to parties. I'm not, there's not like Christmas festivities and we're not out. It's really business as usual. I love being at home. I love just hanging out with my family, and all those parties are full of alcohol. And here's another thing. You don't have to go to the parties. If you really want to work on your relationship with alcohol, stop throwing yourselves in situations where you may struggle like that. I think that's what people don't do. They think they can be doing the same fucking things. Not if you have a problem. You need to step away and it's okay. It's okay to say no. You don't have to go to every fucking event that you're invited to. Learn to say no. It's okay. It's a full fucking sentence. And if people are upset with you, that's their problem, not yours.
That is their
But
problem.
your health, your mental health is worth it.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Especially with drinking. I can't say that enough. Like, ever since I really almost don't drink anymore, my mental health has been so much improved. And that's really why I started looking at, reducing and dropping alcohol from my life, was because of the effect it was having on my mental health.
Yeah. People don't understand, like, if you have mental health issues, you should not be drinking. You're taking medication for your anxiety and you're fucking drinking alcohol. That
Right.
does
That
no
ma-
good for you. That's
that's
making it
too
100% worse. And how many people are on anti-anxiety medication, depression medication, medication in general? You shouldn't be fucking drinking.
where alcohol impacts a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
It's a depressant.
it is. There's food for thought right there. Stop drinking if you're on medication. What are you doing to yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was one of them. I've been on anti-anxiety medication my entire life and I was drinking while doing it. No wonder why I was a fucking tragic mess. Mentally.
Wow.
I was a tragic mess.
Mm-hmm. You weren't helping yourself.
My personality, was all over the place. Stop drinking and taking medication.
It seems like common sense advice.
I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, but people do it all the time.
Almost all the advice that we give on this podcast is common sense advice.
And also, like, you're taking all these supplements and then you're drinking. Like, imagine the strain you're putting on your kidneys and liver. That's what you're doing. People don't understand, like, your body has to filter all that shit you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take all these supplements. Let's take my medication and let's drink a fucking bottle of wine to top that shit off. Oh, right. Liver and kidneys.
Right. Like when we're taking, especially if we're taking like a pill or something, like that is a highly concentrated dosage right there. Meant that you would normally get from eating a fuck ton of food, but you're getting it in that little dosage. And then you're doing it with a bunch of shit, like all kinds of, I've got this supplement for this, for my hair health. I got this one for my skin. I've got this one for my energy. I've got this one. Like, what the fuck?
I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But don't drink Diet Coke, Matt.
Right. And that's, I got a question on my TikTok live this morning. I went live on TikTok this morning, Beth.
You did? Holy shit.
First time in such a long time.
Oh my God.
Somebody asked me about the impacts of supplements and protein powders and stuff on their gut health. And because that, I was just going to talk about the impact that these things have on our gut health too. Like you want to talk about having a healthy gut and improving your gut health while taking supplements to fix all your gut health problems and your microbiome, like make it make sense. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But then also so the question was, like, is it bad for my gut? Well, we don't really know. We know that these things they can change your gut microbiome, but we don't know if the changes are positive or negative. We talked about that with, I think, Dr. Gabrielle Fondaro podcast a couple of years ago. But we don't know if it just changes. We don't know if it's good or bad. So
exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. We are so just stuck on overcomplicating it and looking for these supplements, especially this time of year. Yeah. Coach Liz, actually, she hosted an office hours calls for Fit Fat Strong yesterday, and her homework for everybody was to start paying attention to the messaging that everybody's seeing this time of year. So I'm going to look up the exact message actually, because she dropped it into our group chat today.
Yeah.
Let's see, because they talked about fitness demotivators and things that are, like obstacles in their fitness journey and stuff, right? This time of year. So here is the homework. She said, be on the lookout for bullshit, predatory product or service targeting our vulnerabilities. Tell us what you saw and why you know it doesn't work. Can't wait to hear what you find. So that's like a great homework for everybody. Like, listen, this time of year, pay attention to the marketing. Like, what are the products that we see for our health and wellness? How are they impacting, like, how are they targeting your emotions and preying on your vulnerabilities and your emotions? I think if we started asking those type of questions, I don't know if the supplement industry would be as big and as powerful as it is, because people would start to see through what they're fucking doing.
Yeah. And also make a list of your supplements and what they are actually providing for you. Do you even fucking know? Probably not.
Okay. Let's do that. Let's give our listeners some homework today, because I have a few things. So first, you're saying everybody make a list of supplements. Make a list
of all the supplements that you're taking and why you're taking them. Also the medications and how much you drink. Like, write that down. I don't know.
Woo! You're talking about life-changing shit there, Beth.
No, write down all your supplements write down all your medication, and write down how much you drink on top of that.
There we go. So there's Beth's homework. My homework is going to go back to what we were talking about with where to start and diet and breaking up with the diet mentality. I want you all to start a list, food rule list. Write down every food rule that you can think of that you have to identify with. So a food rule is, I can't eat that. That's bad for me. I can't eat that. That'll make me fat. Carbs are bad for me. I have to intermittently fast. I can't eat breakfast in the morning. I'm addicted to sugar. I'm addicted to food. Whatever it is. These are all food rules.
I just have a bowl of pasta and I gain fucking 10 pounds the next day.
Yeah.
Like, what are these thoughts you're telling yourself? These rules that you're telling yourself.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Write these things down, what we're asking you to do. So this is your homework. We want to know. Send us messages.
And,
Tag us in your stories.
Stop being complacent, I guess is the word. I don't know.
Yeah. Complacent's good.
Like cognitive dissonance or it's like you're blinded by your own shit. Like you're
cognitive distortions. I mean, there's a lot of cognitive distortions that make us blind
it's like
to our own bullshit.
you're trying to manipulate your own self on the reasons why you're doing these things.
You're trying to trick yourself. Well,
you manipulate your damn self. Yeah.
There's this book that we've talked about that's been mentioned on the podcast before, but your body keeps the score.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Your body knows what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's smarter than you. You're going to lose every fucking time.
Yeah.
I promise you that. You cannot outsmart your brain, guys.
No.
So you got to start working with it. So by doing these things that Beth and I are asking you to do, we're going to raise awareness. That's like one of the first steps of change is awareness.
That's the thing.
We cannot change without awareness.
No.
So let's start creating lists of all of our bullshit heading into the new year. Your food rules, your supplements, the meds you're taking and drinking alcohol with, all that stuff. Because it'll become crystal fucking clear where you need to change. You might not know how to change, but Beth and I can help you with that, with our challenges or coaching or whatever it might be. Our podcast, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I want to talk about, before we head off, because we got about 5 minutes, I want to talk about TikTok getting banned.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So I've been thinking about it, and it actually, it really bums me out because I realized one thing that TikTok did for me. And what it did is it helped me show up as me. It helped me be my authentic self.
I agree
and
with that.
No other app has ever done that. So when we started TikTok, Instagram was just photos, right? Yeah. Remember that? It was just photos. So what's cool is that when we were fucking doing the TikToks, and then when Reels came out, no one knew what the fuck to do, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, what do we do?
Like, oh, hey, we've been doing this for years.
I'm like, fucking right. Reels, bring me the fuck on.
Yeah.
So, I just think that it's super fucking sad. That's how me and Matt met. That's how we met.
This podcast wouldn't exist without TikTok.
Most of the people that have been on our podcast is because we met them through TikTok. Okay. Like we created our businesses from TikTok, and I have like, my heart is there with that app. As much as I have a love-hate relationship with it, I'm still there. I create there every day. Not one video that I make I don't make any videos on Instagram. I never use the Reels. I take all my TikToks and go right to Instagram. Instagram is like my second account.
Yeah.
I feel like TikTok is like my main.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's where we started. Like we became best friends because of TikTok. The people used to call us TikTok husband and wife, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, that's right.
This podcast wouldn't be possible without TikTok. That's for sure. We've met so many amazing people, friends, coaches. Our lives both changed. We were able to build our businesses, that really was instrumental in helping us grow our business and really helped us catch on.
Yeah.
And so then because we talked about this yesterday too. So then without TikTok, who knows where we would be? Like, who knows if we have the businesses that we do, but then also like the people that are now, right. Coming up on business, all the small businesses now, TikTok is really great for small businesses.
It helped small businesses when COVID shut all the businesses down.
Yeah.
It helped bring online to the forefront. It helped people probably be less stressed from having to fucking go to work to their 9-to-5 job that they fucking hated. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's brought people to meet people they didn't ever think they would meet, to see things they would never, expect to see. So
And I
if
agree
you,
with you. It changed me as a person. It helped me be myself.
yeah,
It helped me find myself. More important,
because TikTok is the app where you can be yourself.
yes,
And
without fear
people
of judgment.
that can relate to you will find you. Unlike
Mhm.
Instagram, it's really curated, it's edited.
Facebook, don't even get me started on Facebook. I can't do anything on Facebook without having
Oh my
fucking
God.
Karens come after me. So,
Yeah, or getting violated or whatever you want to
Right.
call it, like fucking,
community guidelines violations, getting violated.
getting violated. Basically, you get violated on fucking Facebook. I don't even touch that really, except for my free Facebook group.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and also, $24 billion. That's a billion is what TikTok contributes to the U.S. economy in forms of small businesses.
now why
creators.
That's going to be taken away.
It's going to be taken away. Where are those
So,
people going to go? They're dead.
We're going to be in a worse position than we were 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's the honest to God fucking truth.
They've been trying to ban TikTok for 4 years now since we got started on that app. When Trump was in, like, this is not a Trump thing, by the way. Let me be very, very clear.
Right.
Just when
He's
he was in
actually
office the
he's
first
actually
time,
for the app.
he actually is for saving the app, which is I commend him for
So
that.
that's exactly.
That wasn't always the case, though. I remember when he was against the app, and a lot of political people were against the app.
But they use that app for their
their political purposes, for their campaigns and everything. So it's you can't tell me it's not about control. Really, that's all it is.
It is quite.
Everybody uses
scary.
TikTok for information. It's free information. It's you'll find the truth. You'll find relative current events. It's not watered down or lying propaganda from the news.
Right. Exactly. And they don't like
regardless
that.
of what your side is.
Whoever the fuck they is. I hate
think
that,
everybody can come Everybody can come together and say that this is not a good thing for them to try to take away our freedom like that.
I have a feeling that if it was to go through, which I'm hoping that for some fucking reason it's saved, but
yeah,
I have a feeling there's a lot of fucking mayhem going on about.
I don't want to know. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary. That's what that has big ramifications if they were to do something like that. You don't want to talk about freedom of speech being taken away. That's freedom of speech being taken away by the government. That is the First Amendment right there.
Mm-hmm. But they're saying it doesn't affect it's like, how are you jumping around this?
Yeah, you want us to go to Facebook for news where Mark Zuckerberg censors everything?
Yeah.
Same with Instagram because it's owned by the same platform. Instagram and Facebook own almost every other fucking platform. Let's call it what it is. It's them trying to monopolize social media.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They can't. And you can have the argument about it's China, but you know what? They don't control it.
Dude, we buy everything from fucking China. Get over it.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how does it make sense? I'm like, a Chinese spying us. Then why are we fucking even working with them?
Phones that we use is China. You think they're not
outta
spying
here.
us through these?
What about made in the fucking USA? I mean, quit your fucking bitching.
Yeah.
That you caused this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking assholes. I'm so pissed.
I agree.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, it's 12:31. I have a speaking course in 30 minutes. I got to eat some lunch because I'm a hungry bitch. I'm a hungry nerdle, and I just kicked my own ass in the gym, so I need to fuel myself.
Fuel it. Yes, I'm going to be getting Riker in a few hours, and we're going to be crushing it in the gym today as well. So,
fuck yeah!
Let's go. All right. Well,
all right, nerdle.
That's a good ending then.
Yeah, that was good. This is a great episode, guys.
I agree. Y'all, you have homework this week.
Homework. We want to hear from you. Let us know.
Send us messages.
Let us know your revelations.
Let us know your revelations. Send us messages. Tag us on your stories if you want to do it like that. Just
exactly.
Follow up with us.
Yes.
All right, y'all.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed this episode, so why not share with a friend who needs to hear it? Send us a DM on Instagram or email us at cutthecrappod@gmail.com and join our Patreon at patreon.com/cutthecrappodcast. As always, we appreciate you and thanks for being here.